Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome.
Appreciate it.
Diabetes does.
Thank you so much.
With early diagnosis,
We're about to be on there in about
can
40
be
seconds.
reversed. Take the
So there's where the commercials are playing already. So we're about to be on there. I appreciate it so much. I really honestly do.
Hear that?
Huh?
That's the sound of
But
your
thank
life.
you. I mean, that's all God.
But
I'll
every
say
time
that.
you drive after drinking,
See you later.
the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Waupon. We took the Ford Lightning out here to the city of Pontotoc for their 4th of July celebration at the pavilion, the First Choice Pavilion near the Tanglefoot Trail. A lot of folks starting to come out here and really enjoy things. I mean, not full yet, but certainly some of the shady areas starting to fill up as well. We'll talk more about all of what they have going on here in Pontotoc here in a couple of minutes. But your forecast for tonight, I know you want to know about the fireworks. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Our meteorologist, Gabe Maynor, has a look at the first 12 as we get you broken down for the first full day of our coming up weekend. Here in a couple of minutes, I'll have your complete weather authority forecast, Mississippi Live weather forecast as we continue here in a couple of minutes, Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, it's a great forecast out there, and I hope you're having a ton of fun out in Pontotoc right now. But what we're experiencing back here in Tupelo is the same conditions, and that's really our highlight heading into our 4th of July evening and right in time for your firework forecast. So for tonight, I really expect only fireworks up in the sky, but taking a look at the weekend, hot temperatures do stick around. So we're not going to see that cooling trend, especially not the temperatures like what we've had over the past couple of days. But come next week, there is some relief. Yes, rain chances. And I know that we all love a muggy Mississippi day. Well, that's what we're expecting come next week. So have that rain gear ready, especially as we enter towards Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Getting a live look there in Columbus. Fireworks shows going across all of North Mississippi. 93 degrees right now. So fortunately, once that sun sets and the fireworks start going off, those temperatures should look 10 times better. Even out there in Starkville, taking a look outside, 90 degrees right now. The campus of Mississippi State right there in the distance. Just a beautiful sight. Plenty of blue skies up there with a few white puffy cumulus clouds, but these are going to be no threat for our firework coverage. Taking a look at Storm Track Mississippi Live Weather Radar right now, a lot of those showers actually sticking around out towards the east there in Alabama, central Alabama, seeing those heaviest showers and just cycling it over the past couple of scans. At one point, it did reach severe thunderstorm warning strength as it moved through parts of Sylacauga and Jemison, but as it moved further west, it actually continued to produce all the way towards Brent and Marion as well. What we're seeing right now is that threat continue to have strong rainfall as well as lots of lightning. So yes, Matt's Ford lightning isn't the only thing we have to worry about. It's also the real lightning happening up in the sky. But looking at that surface analysis, that's really what we're going to see is that dry condition. Those storms not going to make it all the way here, but might trickle into our far northwest counties. The next 12 showing you that it's going to be a great forecast for all of North Mississippi. Just maybe a few isolated cumulus clouds up in the sky. No rainfall expected. So we're dry heading into the next 12 hours. An ideal forecast for your 4th of July. But that surface analysis, like I was talking about, whenever we talk about this frontal boundary as it pushes across the area, what we have is this window, I'm going to call it a window of opportunity, because it keeps us dry and keeps the moisture further out towards our east and really keeps it out there towards the west. So we're in that window that you want to be in. But what we're also tracking is Tropical Depression 3. It did develop this afternoon, and that's cycling in this moisture. What you have right here is basically going to be, let me get this right here, these bands that develop. So basically, it follows this arrow, follows this path right here, goes around that low, and that's where we could get some of these bands that move into, we're talking far northwest sections of Alabama. And yes, that includes this area right here. So I have it staying just outside of North Mississippi, not expected to impact us at all. Perfect conditions for your forecast. And if you do live in Northwest Alabama, honestly, I wouldn't sweat too much about it. And if you do, just wait maybe 5-10 minutes and those will clear on out. So Futurecast basically shows exactly that window of opportunity sticking with us into our Friday night and into our Saturday morning as well. Friday at 10 p.m., again, those isolated showers are possible as those rain bands wrap around, but reaching all the way to North Mississippi is a significant stretch and an uphill battle that this low pressure center will not win. Further into our overnight hours, if you want to launch fireworks at 3 a.m., still prime conditions to do so. So no matter what time of night you do it, it's going to be perfect sky conditions, but temperatures, hey, they might be better the further you wait. But into our Saturday morning, our holiday weekend starting, it's going to be the perfect start to our day with plenty of sunshine and should be a gorgeous sunrise. Make sure to send your pictures to us here at Mississippi Live Weather. We love seeing a great sunrise. But even beyond that, mid to late morning on our Saturday, still seeing the dry conditions stick around. It's going to be further into the afternoon where we see that next threat of rainfall. Still associated with that low pressure center out there in the Gulf, that tropical depression 3, that's what we're tracking. So for the next 24, there's your rain chances picking up mid to late afternoon on your Saturday. Have that rain gear ready. But for the next, like I said, next 12, looking perfectly clear and perfectly ideal for your forecast. Over the next, or talking in the next 60 seconds, we'll talk more with our Chief Meteorologist Matt Laupon out in Pontotoc right now, showing us what it looks like and showing us how great of a forecast it'll be for our firework forecast, no matter where you're at. So stay with us after 60 seconds for more on that forecast.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's Mississippi's Chief Meteorologist, Matt Laupon.
And the music is playing here at the Pavilion, the First Choice Pavilion in Pontotoc. I'm live this evening on this 4th of July, just talking to folks out here in the community and appreciate all of the amazing support that you have given us here on Mississippi Live Weather this week. The very fact that we still have the #1 ranked free weather app available in the App Store is not anything to do with us. Number one, it's with God, but it's ultimately with you and your support. And your support will enable us to hopefully continue to do this for many, many years to come, maybe even generations to come. So I really thank you so much for that support. It is incredible. It is, as you would imagine, more than we ever thought was necessarily even possible. So as we look outside at that forecast, certainly it has been fairly hot for today. 90 degrees the temperature at this time, feeling like 91 degrees. That's obviously extremely warm, but not necessarily, obviously not record setting, anything like that. I'm going to get my gizmo here kind of set up where it's pointed up and can track me so I can set it down and fit the right sides. Give me just a moment while I kind of get that all lined up here. I need to stand right about there. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see for the weekend forecast there, we're expecting those temperatures to be into the middle 90s both days. The thing is by Sunday, the moisture, the stickiness factor, that's going to go up even further. And so it'll likely feel like it's close to the triple-digit point, if not above that. Now, this is not excessive heat advisory levels. In a lot of ways, it's pretty nice out here. The 91 we have been for a high today, as you can see, is pretty much right on to what we expect for this time of year. Not near the record, but the thing is 100 is a very breakable record. A lot of the records we have over the next week or so are a few degrees above that. So we're not going to be talking about record heat with this time around, as we have been dry the last couple of days. Okay, so looking, of course, at those temperatures for tomorrow, expect those to be in the mid-70s to begin the day. That's one of those signs that the moisture values are less extreme or more noticeable, but obviously not to extreme levels. When you start kind of a mid-70s, That obviously means you're warming up a little quicker. We're at 90 degrees, as you can see, by around 10 a.m. and 95 as we head toward tomorrow in the afternoon with heat indices above that. We'll look at those in more detail here in just a moment. Looking at the latest on Mississippi Live weather radar, we are dry here on the Mississippi side. To go back out into Alabama, we do have some of those showers that we are tracking back out that direction there. Gabe, you'll have to probably slide that over to kind of show a few of those. They're what we were looking at last night, and they've kind of continued toward the area today, but I do not expect going to have much in the way of that moisture actually making it all the way here. But still watching you in Lamar and Marion counties in Alabama in particular there. Maybe Franklin County, a few of those get there. We're low 90s for highs. Believe it or not, the wind right now actually has a little bit of cool feel to it because when you look at the heat index, we're only adding a couple of degrees to what it feels like out there. And that's an important note because obviously the feels like temperature is the idea of that stickiness factor. And so the fact that, the sweat is evaporating off me and not sticking to me is the reason why my body's naturally cooling itself down, which is why this weekend you have to continue to drink those liquids that rehydrate. So as we look out there at the wind, luckily there's a little bit of a breeze out there, but it's 5-10 miles per hour. I point this out because the wind's out of kind of a northerly direction, and on the 4th of July, it's wherever that fireworks smoke goes. I don't know about you, that's always something I think about. So if the fireworks to your north, expect that smoke to be directed obviously more directly toward you. Be 87 degrees at 7 p.m., 80 as we look toward around 9 p.m., and 76 by 11. So we keep it dry into the evening, slight northerly winds. So you could argue the smoke kind of hanging there maybe more than anything else. So a little bit of a heat index now that starts to go away in the next couple of hours. You'll notice here on Futurecast, as we continue to advance it forward, that the majority of the precipitation remains very, very spotty. And obviously, most of us remain pretty dry into tonight. As we head into the overnight hours, mostly clear skies, likely develop now, but still could be a couple of those patches of fog for early tomorrow morning. But again, dry weather is largely restored. Low temperatures tomorrow morning expected to be somewhere in the lower to middle 70s. We'll go about 72 degrees in Tupelo and Amory. Here in Pontotoc, where we're at, probably about 71 degrees, as well as down in Houston. We're 72 there for locations in Clarksdale, at 73 degrees in Greenville to begin the day. As we go throughout the day, rain chances are more likely on your Saturday. They still remain fairly spotty, but as you can see, even mid-morning, we're already mid-90s for those heat indices. By noontime, we're 99 for that feels like temperature. Actual temperature coming in around 92. As we go toward the afternoon, we're still fairly steamy. There will be a couple isolated showers, as you note there, but they're more mist than hit. So I think most of your lake plans still probably going to be dry, or if you're heading to the pool, there's going to be a little more cloud cover, I think, popping up than what we had today. Today was definitely probably a better pool day, and arguably lake day, aside from the fact, it's always just past on days like this. Mid-90s out there for highs for tomorrow. A 97 we show back for Greenville, 95 degrees in Smithville and Aberdeen. It'll feel like 100 by 3 p.m. tomorrow in some of those spots there. You can see the heat indices, especially the Delta, a couple degrees higher because the humidity could be slightly higher as well. So as we look at Futurecast, rain chances, again, are likely to remain pretty limited even to tomorrow evening. There'll still be a couple, but we're only 20% on that overall rain coverage. Heading back into the mid-70s for the first part of early Sunday morning. As we go throughout your Sunday, we'll likely continue to have, again, partly cloudy skies with some spotty storms. Noontime, we're still mainly dry, so it takes till the afternoon to kind of gauge those. We're watching a little moisture, as Gabe mentioned, kind of coming off that disturbance down there toward the Gulf. And of course, we have Tropical Depression 3 out there along the East Coast, but that will largely not be an impact for us, basically because of the way the overall winds in this pattern are directed. We're mid-90s on the way through toward your Sunday afternoon for those heat indices. And then by Sunday night, again, all those storms largely out of here. So when we talk about rainfall total, next couple days, we do not expect them to be particularly significant. I think we'll have some. We'll look at that in just a second. High temperatures, heat indices, they're going to be a 100 plus again on your Sunday. And then again, forecast rainfall, we'll look at the next 3 days. It's very limited. Maybe a couple hundredths of an inch, not much. As we go into probably Monday, the chances get a little bit better, and Tuesday as well. You see this animates there, up around a quarter inch some locations. But as we advance this, we do expect that probably by late Tuesday and then Wednesday, those rain chances get just a little bit greater, but it's not washout territory. Hopefully, the pattern doesn't go to super heavy rainfall, though, again, sometimes thunderstorms have those issues. So mid-90s, the high temperature on your Saturday. We'll start off about 75 degrees, that 7 a.m. temperature. I know we said 72 to low. It's only that cool about that long. 92 by noon, and heat indices over 100 degrees from many locations. Your 7-day forecast continues to have us, again, mainly for the most part, dry through Sunday. By Monday, rain coverage, we're looking at around 30% or so there, up to 40% as we go toward Tuesday. And by Wednesday of next week, still dealing with some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms around. So again, not complete washout territory. And I think one of the good signs with this, Gabe, is it's probably not also going to find ourselves in severe weather territory. Of course, things do change, but it's that time of year where, it's more pop-up thunderstorms than anything else. You might notice even just in the last couple of minutes here, how many more people are starting to show up here in Pontotoc as the band is playing. The fireworks display expected to be a little later on this evening, and we're, of course, excited about that. We'll check out some of the food folks out here because they do have food trucks, just a whole slew of them over there. We'll talk to them, or we'll go ahead and check out them and come up here in a couple of minutes.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Well, it sure does look like Matt's having a blast out there in Pontotoc. I know there's plenty of good food and plenty of good shows and fireworks coming in the next couple of hours, but honestly, over the past couple of days, it has been a perfect forecast all the way around. Our weather watchers out in the field, Kristen and Fulton, submitting this picture where there was a firework display yesterday evening, getting a great sunset paired with that. So, hey, God's fireworks firing off as well. But also, we did get great pictures from Cheyenne and Randolph from last night's sunset as well. Again, Weather Watchers is just your opportunity to submit pictures to us so we can air your eyes in the sky right here at Mississippi Live Weather. You help us so much with reports, especially when severe weather happens, but also just giving us a great look at what it looks like even outside the window, because we can't see that here at the studio. So Weather Watchers, Jason over there in Steen submitting a great picture of the sky, just showing that isolated cloud cover. A lot of this, just some cirrus clouds way high up in the atmosphere, not impacting our skies whatsoever, especially when it comes to fireworks. I do want to point out that this shot was just phenomenal. It literally looked like a white flame in the sky when I was looking at it earlier. I know we have some cloud watchers out there if you want to identify this, and if you agree with me, let me know. But Adam in Oxford submitting us with this picture. Again, high-end cirrus clouds, that basically shows that we are in a fair pattern, a very good pattern with no rain chances in the area right now, but it also shows that there is moisture returning into the atmosphere, and that's where we could get some showers, honestly, next week, like we were talking about, even tomorrow possibly with a few isolated chances like our chief meteorologist Matt Lawpon was talking about a moment ago. Weather watcher Drew over in Columbus. This is a look at the Columbus Speedway. I might be saying the wrong title for that, but you guys are getting a great shot. This was afternoon, getting a great shot of the Speedway and also a great shot of the horizon whenever the fireworks show starts to go off. So everyone across the area just ready for a great fireworks show come this evening. But if you have shots of fireworks, we want to see them. So one of the ways you can do that is downloading our free app on iOS and Android, just letting us know what you guys see. Eyes in the sky are especially key for your July 4th, being that all eyes will be on the sky. So download the Mississippi Live Weather app on your app store today and let us know. It's an easy way to submit those pictures. But Matt, you have a clear shot out in the field showing us exactly what's happening. I know those skies are beautiful, but I know they're about to be colorful here in the next couple of hours with those fireworks.
Oh, absolutely. They are.
But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
We're going to get this. Promise that. We've now turned this into Mississippi Live Food, is what this is. I got to tell you, this particular food truck we have here in Pontotoc comes very highly recommended by a person that reviews places that you saw me in some, I don't know if you call them memes, but AI-generated pictures of that's been going around here doing some reviews, and hopefully we'll be able to team up with them in a minute. Hey, this is Amanda. How are you doing, Amanda?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. So I got to tell you, and we have not talked about this. The person, and I do not remember his name off the top of my head, that does the reviews around here.
Oh, Dakota? Or...
I think that's right. Yeah,
okay,
Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell on him. He says you're his favorite restaurant that he sampled around here. So, so you gotta tell me about it. So what is it that you have that I need to have?
Do you like spicy?
I love spicy.
Okay, the firecracker.
Okay, what is that?
So it's sriracha bun with pepper jack, two smashed patties, 50 jalapeno, and sriracha mango. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the food truck, and we do this menu, and this kind of changes. And then we also have the Blue Collar Sandwich Company up the hill, and we do something different over there. It's like build your own.
You know, what's the interesting thing is, like, you would not expect that out of Pontotoc. How does this happen? How do you get such a? I mean, you would think. I mean, just on surface level, it's like, oh, it's just, meet and greet. But you're anything but.
Yeah. So I went to culinary school at the University of Arkansas, and my family's lived here for about 20 years. My husband's in the Air Force.
God bless him,
Yeah,
especially, and thank you for his service.
Yeah.
Well, thank him for us for his service.
Right.
Oh,
He's
thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so we moved the last couple of years, and it got a little chaotic for my business, and so I decided to kind of plant myself here while he was finishing up in the Air Force. And so I get to be close to family, and I get to visit, and I get to bring something hopefully really cool to Pontotoc.
I was gonna say that's so awesome. And there really are a lot of good restaurants. I don't want to apply anything like that.
Place. I love Pontotoc.
It really is. So, I mean, that's just an incredible story. That is how, I mean, because my path here is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So what other kind of things? Can I try something?
Yeah.
If you only try one thing on the menu, what would you say? And you don't need to cook like a full thing.
No. There's something really cool.
Okay. I'm always, what can I say? I'm always in it for trying a little bit of food. And you're in it maybe to hopefully find out, what's good around the area. Again, I want to show you their logo here for just a second, the food plate. Again, they have the food truck here, and of course they have the restaurant that's up the hill as well. And so many other good places here. From the folks that do have, of course, the cotton candy to, some of the staples in this community for a long, long time that do a great job. It really is amazing how I feel like North Mississippi's turned way more foodie in the last little bit. Okay, so now what am I dealing with here?
Okay, so I'm a California girl,
Okay.
but I love chow chow.
Okay.
And this is my chow chow base recipe. That is pineapple chow chow. It's for our Hawaiian burgers.
Oh my goodness, hold on.
Yeah, so kind of something like bright, fun.
It really is. It's so colorful.
Yeah,
I love it.
Lots of turmeric in there.
Okay. Turmeric is one of those things that you can almost dye yourself yellow if you have too much turmeric. Does that happen to you when you're making it?
No, but I'm very careful.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Man, that really is. It's. Here's how meteorologists how good critics, but you're right. It is. It's. There's no absence of flavor, and when you have this with something, you know what that meal tastes like. It's not just something random. Yeah, absolutely. Man, thank you so much.
So good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Hey, thank you for all you do.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna take one more. I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm gonna. Okay. Sorry. It's not rude, is it? Nobody's watching this. I appreciate it. So yeah, a lot of fun here, ongoing in downtown Pontotoc. We're actually just a little bit west of downtown at the Pavilion here, the First Choice Pavilion, and the crowds are starting to get a little thicker out. Whew, there's that spice. Get a little thicker out here, so we're excited to see that. It is going to be a beautiful evening. And so at wherever you're at, if you'd be willing to send us your fireworks photos, we'd love to show some of those, to share some of those during our 10 o'clock broadcast. We also plan to try, and I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. Again, we're learning as we go, but we're going to try to do a broadcast where we try to carry some of the fireworks from Ballard Park and Tupelo area, and maybe also use some of our cameras from our camera network, the North Mississippi Storm Chasers, to show kind of what some of the fireworks displays look like around North Mississippi. So that's coming up here at firework time, which will probably end up being somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. So we'll have to see how that ends up going. But for our meteorologist, Gabe Mader, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon, Mississippi Live Weather. We hope, maybe you'll get the sunscreen out of your eyes, and we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock at the latest, or probably around the 9 o'clock hour, or at least late 8 o'clock hour when those fireworks start going. Hey, happy 4th of July. We'll see you later.
Appreciate you, Matt.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.